to all our audience of Metal Zone Radio Show on Oxygen Radio. We are in Angers at Le Chabada, France, for the show of two bands this evening, Tribulation and Insomnium. And we have the huge pleasure to be with one member from the band Insomnium. So first of all, hello, thanks for taking some time to answer some questions. Can you first introduce to our audience?
Yes. So, hello everybody. My name is Ville. I play guitar in Insomnium, and I write most of the music as well. And I'm happy to be in France.
Okay, and we are happy to see you in France again, because I know you are coming sometimes to see us. How did you come to form Insomnium, which first began back in 1997?
So, I mean, like, we were in the same school. So three of us, we went from the same hometown, and then we've been going to the same schools since we were 7 years old. Yeah. So I think it was like when we were around 17, 18, you know, kind of like high school era. Then we had a kind of school project, and then kind of one performance that like Neil asked me and the drummer Marcus to join him in a performance and a song he was putting together, and then that's how everything started, basically.
Okay, cool. So, following on from this, since starting out, how would you say the metal scene and the band himself have evolved in the time?
Yeah, so I mean, like, I guess like how things are done and run in music industry has changed a lot. So just because of internet and then just like technological advancements, you can basically internet, you can just put out your music out there much easier. Yeah. Of course, there's a lot of bands that do that, so it's harder to kind of stick out from the crowd at the same time. And same goes with the media, and then printed media has kind of decreasing all the time, so everything is more online. And that's just how things have developed in every aspect in our life. So, but then again, I think technology is a good thing. So it's easier to record demos, work on your music with your computer. You can afford buying stuff is affordable, and then you can learn stuff just like going to YouTube, and all kind of, you have amazing video resources and everything. So I mean, it has changed. You can do more yourself, I think, and we're sharing more of the knowledge in that sense.
Okay, there is the bad side and the good side.
Exactly. I would say it's not like people tend to be nostalgic, so they're thinking about, okay, back in the day. But still, I feel like in metal scene, there's a lot of people who like to collect and who wants to kind of have the physical product. Yeah. It might be that you don't buy as many CDs, but people are willing to buy vinyls. Yeah, they like to, yeah, and you're still selling T-shirts. People want to have some kind of memorabilia of the band, and so it haven't gone away. And I mean, like, digital downloads have gone up all the time. So people are doing that more and more, kind of legal way, because they want to support the band as well.
So, what would you say are your main influences, musically and creatively speaking?
So I mean, like, when we started the band, we were kind of massive fans of Metallica, Megadeth, Sepultura, Guns N' Roses, all that kind of 90s scene. And then after that, we got introduced more on the kind of melodic metal, death metal scene and then the Scandinavian metal in general. And I think that's where we come from musically, and of course we listen more and more different stuff all the time, and then, you know. But our basis is in this kind of 90s kind of heavy metal, American, and then Scandinavian. That's where we've rooted from. And then basically, like, just like for the creative energy, you just have to have time to play guitar, and then, you know, it just comes something that comes naturally. Yeah. It's kind of hard to really say that I get the creativity from something specific, but it's just like time, and then you work on your ideas and melodies, and then it comes to something. Like that, yeah.
Okay. About your latest album called Winter's Gate, released in 2016, what were the main themes explored in the album, and what made you decide to release it as a concept album about the Vikings?
Yeah. So I think the concept thing, the Vikings, come from Nilo's short novel. he had actually written several years ago before we released the whole album. So the idea was just like, okay, let's try something different, and then we're discussing about maybe doing an EP or kind of like 30-minute song or something like that. Sorry, um, just to have this kind of middle work to kind of explore, and because we've been working on a lot of like kind of normal, bit longer songs as well. So why not? Let's give it a go. And we had the idea already, I think, in early 2014 to do this kind of stuff, and we started the kind of writing up the album then. But it took kind of after the Shadows the Dying Sun, after that touring road came to end, then we had time to actually put together the music, and then we decided let's use Nilo's story as a background, as a concept for that, and this just happened to be Vikings, and it's kind of like in historical setting. So I would say there's kind of different aspects to it. So you can I wouldn't say it's in kind of Viking kind of pagan thing in traditional sense, but it just happened to take place in this kind of era, in this historic era.
Did everybody in the band participating to the composition, or how does are you organized?
Yes, so it depends. Like as I said, like I've been writing most of the material. The Nilo is writing his songs as well, and the our newest member Marcus, who's been around for quite a while already, he's writing music as well. With Winter Skate, it was more kind of collaborative effort. So I think like I made the first 20 minutes pretty much in my home studio, and then we used Marcus's part in the middle. Then we had some Nilo's part, and then Marcus's part in the end. And then of course like and then we kind of like feed off from each other. So everybody was bringing something together, and then everybody was adding something to each other, kind of part of that song. So it was kind of group effort. We just made a demo and bounced ideas, and then of course then our drummer also kind of rearranged the drums for him. So
Insomnium is a democratic band.
yeah, we try to be as democratic, because I mean like people are doing better in this kind of community if everybody has their say, and you know.
So this album was released, so I say in 2016. We are in 2018. Have you started working on the follow-up to Winter's Gate and yet? And if so, what can we expect to hear from this, or is it too soon to say?
So we have discussed like after this tour, there's gonna be one more US tour that will kind of end up this Winter Skate touring rota, and then we're gonna do just a couple of summer festivals. And the idea is just kind of calm down, sit down, take time to write the music and the new album, and then hopefully get that released next year. So that's the idea. We have some demos and ideas ready already. So I think it's just like finding that time, and then that time where you can actually concentrate. We can't really write on tour. It's just like you don't have that time or energy. You're hangover. You don't have that kind of space. Yeah.
So, what were some of your main highlights of last year, 2017?
So I think like for me personally was when we played Winter Skate live in one of these Finnish music festivals that is held in our hometown in Joensuu, Ilosaari Rock, and then we performed there Winter Skate with a classical orchestra. So that was kind of very unique, interesting experience to play that outside, having the orchestra backing you up, and you know that was really something different. And we also had a rehearsal with them, with the orchestra, and got to meet with Christoph, who did the kind of arrangements. So I think it was really nice experience. There's something different we never done. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it was a cool and good experience for the band. Okay, what else do you have planned for this year? You would say that you will finish this tour for the promotion of Winter's Gate and start composing the new album.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we have like, as I said, like couple of summer festivals lined up, but we did loads of summer festivals last year. So we want to really, I think we need bit of time to breathe and take off from the music as well, and you know, kind of collect a bit more energy, and then you're ready to go with the new album. So I think it's just like focus finishing up what we've been doing, and then have a bit of break, and then working on the new album. Yeah, that's it.
Personally, do you prefer to play festivals or club shows like this tour?
Well, they're different. Both have their sides. Like if you think about club shows, you have more time to set up all the stage. You can do a proper sound check. You have time to do that, and then you're inside, and then when you do summer festivals, you have quite tight changeover. You're kind of rushed. You're normally quite tired because you've been taking morning flight or evening flight, and you've been just sitting in the van from the airport to the festival area. There's a lot of noise. You might have outside backstage. There might be a lot of rain and mud, like in Wacken, and a lot of festivals, and yeah, yeah. So I think like the working conditions are easier, and then you have inside toilet, and you can wash your hands, and like you have a shower and stuff like that. So yeah. So in that sense, but of course in festivals you can reach really big audiences, and then when you can, it's a different kind of experience. But when the people are really into you, and then you see lots of them, it's quite powerful feeling as well. Yeah. So both of them have their own sides. Yeah.
Yeah, but different. Okay. So we're gonna do now a Chinese portrait little interview. Do you know how it works? For example, if you were a car, I will be that. If you
Yeah.
were,
Yeah. Okay.
okay. So if you were a meal.
A meal?
Yeah.
What is meal?
If you were something to eat.
Oh, a meal. Yeah.
Meal. Sorry.
Meal. Well, I would be probably. This is just like the first association, pizza, because we've been eating pizza too much on this tour. I'm turning into a pizza.
Okay. If you were a drink.
I would be red wine. Yeah.
If you were a superhero.
I think I would be, let's say, Batman.
If you were a planet.
I would be probably Mars. Mars.
And to conclude, if you were an animal.
I would be bear. Yeah. Finnish bear. Yeah.
Okay. So, to conclude this interview, did you have something to add and some words for your French fan? Because we are in France, we're in Angers at Le Chabada. So, yeah, something.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming to our shows, supporting. We've been having really good shows in France, and we should come here more often, and that's what we're trying to do now, and promote us in France. And yeah, you have great red wine, great cheeses, great food. So we enjoy touring France. So yeah, hope to see you soon again.
Okay, thank you very much. This was, Ville from INSOMNIUM here at Le Chabada in Angers. So buy the album, go to the shows, buy merchandising. It's important for the band because this band really kick our ass. Thank you very much. Bye.